Andrew Wood, and welcome to part 2 of Effective Email Marketing, the best practices for your club to get the most from your email marketing. Okay, let's talk about offers, because let's face it, most emails, what you're trying to do is offer them some inducement, some reason to play today, to come down, to join, to have a wedding. So a lot of your emails will include offers. Some of them will be offers only. Some of those offers will be discounts. Some of those offers will be price points. Some of those offers will be packaging. And some of those offers will be added value. And I always like to start with added value first. You know what? It doesn't work everywhere, but we've had a lot of success doing value-added offers where rather than discounting the green fee, we are able to add something of value that makes your club a better choice than the club down the street. So let's take a look at some of the value-added emails and some of the offers we've done over the last 18 months that have been very successful for our clients. So this one here is kind of cool. We did this for Waikoloa Resort in Hawaii, and what we did is we offered free rental clubs because a lot of people are out of town, whether it be Hawaii or whether it be Arizona or whether it be Scotland. Maybe they're there and they didn't bring their golf clubs, and gee, they'd like to play, but they don't want to pay $50 to get golf clubs. So we did this email offer. You know, if you're in Hawaii, if you're in Scotland, wherever you are, free rental clubs. And this was very effective. It works in any area where there's a large transient population, people coming in and out for meetings. And a free rental club offer, both on your Facebook page, on your website, and as an outbound email, can be a good inducement. Here's another one we did that's kind of fun, and we've done this a lot of places, is take the shirt off our back. Get a free shirt when you play. Now, obviously, at a higher-end resort, it's easier to give away a shirt, but we've also had good success with this promotion at lower-end daily fees. We had a daily fee down here in Florida where we were able to take the green fee from $29 to $39 and give away a free shirt that was a $39 value. Now, the shirts only cost $6, and they were decent. Cotton shirt was decent. So we had great success with that down here in Florida. So we're actually able to take the green fee from $29 to $39 and give away a free shirt. So that was a really good promotion we've done several times. Here's one giving away a free hat. You know, it's our anniversary. That's our relevant excuse. Because it's our anniversary, we're giving away a free hat if you come out and play a green fee. This one we use very often at a lot of clubs. Free ammo on us. We get a sleeve of balls. Very often we can buy closeout balls and get them extremely inexpensively, $2, $3 a sleeve. And people like getting free new golf balls, whatever brand they happen to be. So this again is an effective value-added promotion. Now let's look at just going straight with a discount offer. Here's one. Play as low as $17. Now, this particular club is using dynamic pricing, so when you go there, the $17 tee time might be late in the afternoon or maybe early in the morning on an off day. So it gets the people to the website, and then they can decide what price they're actually going to pay. Now, this next promotion is really cool. I actually got the idea from Todd Smith up in Moline, Illinois. He did this several years ago, and I thought it was a really creative promotion. And what he did was pay your membership before Christmas Day for the following year. And if it snows on Christmas Day, your membership is free. That's a pretty cool promo to get people to pay early. Normally, what he'd done in the past was he'd gave them a 10% discount or a 12% discount, whatever it was, if they paid early. So instead, he went out, got some insurance on it snowing on Christmas Day. The insurance was roughly 5% of the membership rather than the 10% he had been giving away. And of course, they measure it at the National Weather Center, whatever. Anyway, great promotion, very successful. And you can see here in this slide that this is something we've continued with other clients up north, and it's really kind of cool, and I think people get not only a chuckle out of it, but I think it actually motivates them into action. Let's take a look at this slide. Let It Snow special. Buy 12 rounds for $135, and if it snows on Christmas Day, we'll give you 12 rounds free. Okay, next slide. Here we've got some cool graphics, cool action graphics, and some price points. Again, the more custom you make your email look, so you've got some cool graphics, the more exciting the email is going to be. Here's the one I told you about earlier for Midsummer Monday Special. You can see we've got Stonehenge in the background, and it says, "You don't have to be a druid to enjoy Midsummer's Day. Start your own weird tradition." So a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, a little bit of fun, and basically it's the longest day of the year, and so we have a play all-day special. Why is this better? Because it's timely price point offer, because it's a cool custom picture that might just go viral on its own, because it's a humorous approach, not a boring approach, because the offer is tied to an actual day, because the email is easy to read, and you've got your Facebook icon, your price point, and your click to book a tea time. That is a rock solid email. Now, another thing you can do with your email is to drive people directly to your shopping cart. Drive them to your shopping cart to buy a gift certificate, drive them to your shopping cart to buy equipment, drive them to your shopping cart to buy a logoed shirt, to buy a Father's Day package, to buy a Christmas golf lesson package. So some of your emails should be directed. And again, it's all about getting the right mix of emails. So it's offers, entertainment, booking tea times, membership inquiries. You've got to have the right mix. So part of that mix should be to drive people directly to your website to try to get them to make a purchase. Here's one that came into my inbox recently with Ricky Fowler telling me, "We design it, Ricky makes it look good." So this was, when you click on it, it takes you straight into Puma's shopping cart. Here again is the email I sent out on my birthday. You can see it's a price point email, kitchen sink package. Very, very successful email. This one here is for last minute gift certificates right here at the Oaks Club just before Christmas. And of course, you can drive them directly to the pro shop. Tell them to stop in the pro shop. Tell them that you've got the new latest high-tech driver. Tell them you've got the new wedges. Tell them you've got some new fairway fashions. And it's funny, but I rarely see clubs talking about them getting in a new line of clothing or the new Titleist driver or the new Callaway or the new TaylorMade. And definitely some of your emails should let people know that there's new fashions and new equipment in your pro shop, and I think this particular email is a humorous way to do it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I say it with social media, I say it with Facebook, I say it with Twitter, I say it with your websites, with blogs, and your outbound emails. You are in the entertainment business. You are not in the golf business. You are not in the service business. You are not in the club business. You are in the entertainment business. And you entertain them with your food, you entertain them with your wine, you entertain them with your snack bar, with your cart girl, with your pro shop, with your golf experience. There is no reason to stop entertaining them with your email. Your email marketing is an extension of your club's brand. It is an extension of your club experience. It is an extension of the golf lifestyle. And so you absolutely, positively should include entertainment and content with your emails that's congruent with the type of club that you happen to be. And so this is something I think we do better than anybody because I just don't see a lot of people doing it. And I know it works because we're dealing with hundreds of clubs and the response we get is amazing. So let's take a look at how you can take some content and use content to entertain your members and guests and at the same time still have a tea time link, still have an offer, and still have your social media icons. All right, so this is a great email here. Best golf quotes ever. That's a good subject line. The quotes are really good. We got a cool picture of Hogan. We've got, right at the bottom it says, best quote of all is 18 holes and a cart 4, and you give them a price. So here, content, high quality content, easy to read, an offer on the bottom, tea time link, tea time phone number, and a Facebook. Rock solid quality email. It's got entertainment. There'll be some viral action. And it's really rock solid. Again, remember, course header would be on top of this. Course footer would be on the bottom. Here's another one. This is one that's done very well for me. I've used it many years in a row. I used it the week of the US Open. And it's the strange tale of Hinkle's Pine. And this is a little anecdote. As you can see, it's got a lot of text, and I'll talk more about this later, but it's very, very timely because it's coming up with the US Open. It's the strange case of Hinkle's Pine, so it's kind of intriguing what happened. And of course, those of you may remember, those of you that are as old as me, 1979 in the US Open in Inverness, Lon Hinkle, who was a long-hitting golf pro, came to a par 5 and realized that there was a gap. It was a dogleg par 5, but he realized there was a gap in the trees, and I think he hit 2-iron through the gap and 5-iron onto the green, where everybody else was hitting driver 3-wood and not reaching the green. And the USGA were not amused, and after seeing what he did, during the night, they planted a 60-foot spruce tree in the gap to stop him doing it. As it happens, it didn't stop him. He just hit it over the spruce tree. But it's a pretty funny story about the lengths the USGA will go to protect the integrity of their golf course. But this is a story people enjoy. It's timely. It's relevant. They pass it around. They share it. And again, it's an extension of your club's brand, a positive message, a funny story, something they can laugh at, smile at, and pass on. This is another proven success, voted Scotland's best golf joke. You know, it's a simple joke. It's an old joke. It was voted Scotland's best golf joke. But again, good subject line. There's a strong chance your open rate will go up if you have this in your subject line. It's a funny joke. And of course, you've got space to put in a holiday promotion or a special offer. You got your tee time link. You got your Facebook icon. Here we go to some additional value-added content with my friend David Frosty. He wrote this little 20-page putting guide for me. We actually filmed it up or took photo shots up in Black Diamond originally and put together this guide. And it's just value-added. You know, it's, hey, we're offering this free, no strings attached. Just go ahead and download it. And you get this 20-page guide. And it will tell you how to putt better. So again, extension of our brand in a positive way, giving them something for nothing. Well, I mean, I guess we get their Facebook like, but we're giving them something basically for nothing. And we've got all kinds of these, and these are very, very popular. You'll get 50 to 100 to 150, sometimes as many as 500 people with our lead better one, how to hit it 20 yards further. And so every now and then we're giving away some content, a PDF download or some video content that's just completely value added. Thank you for being on our email list. Enjoy this content. And of course, you've got the opportunity to put a special offer and your tee time link below it. Let's take a quick look. Now, of course, another thing you're going to want to promote with your email marketing is your memberships. If you're selling memberships, if you're a private club, you've got to be promoting memberships. If you're a daily fee, maybe you're promoting annual pass, which amounts kind of the same thing, but not quite. But so you're going to want to put out membership offers. And again, you're going to want to do this in a systematic way. You're not going to want to just send out a couple of membership offers at the beginning of the year and then never do it again. And this will be the same thing when we talk about outings. It'll be the same thing when we talk about weddings, when we talk about groups or golf societies or room nights. You don't just do a flurry of activity and then never do it again. And in the campaigns we put together, it's going to be strategic. There's going to be a certain amount of membership emails go out. There's going to be a certain amount of wedding emails go out, banquet emails, certain amount of emails for meetings, whatever. So you need to plan these out through the year and have a series of membership emails. Now, of course, depending on what your membership cycle is, you might be doing a lot more of this at the beginning of the year, but you shouldn't just cut it off when spring comes. You should make sure that throughout the year, you're still letting people know memberships are available and that it's still a good time to join, and obviously the offer might change or prorate as you go through. So let's take a look at a couple of membership emails. This one I like. Bob Devitz did this actually, and did a great job on it. He did a 7-email campaign based around the theme of The Godfather. Like, we're going to make you an offer you can't refuse. And he had the membership director dress up in a gangster suit. And this is for a private club up in Pennsylvania, you know, kind of a mid-tier private club. Very, very successful campaign. We signed up over 155 new members last year. And this 7-email campaign was a big part of that. Let's take a look. So again, what I like about this is it's custom, it's out of the box. Most clubs don't send out a gangster-like email with, we're going to make you an offer you can't refuse. And this is, like I said, mid-range, low-key club. Went over very, very well because it was so out of the box. Here's another one here. There's my buddies. There's guys I've been playing golf with, my best friends for 38 years. That's what's so great about golf, is the friendships you develop. And I think in your outbound emails, you got to make that come across. There's nothing quite like golf for developing friendships. There's nothing quite like golf for networking and getting business leads. And that's definitely something we stress in our email campaigns. Here's one for Old Still. And again, this one's selling memberships, and it's a club that just reopened. And so we've got a very strong offer going out there, selling against the deadline, selling against a time, and selling with a value-added offer. Obviously, banquets and weddings are a big source of income for a lot of clubs. But very rarely, I mean, I'm on hundreds of email lists for golf clubs because I sign up for them just to see what other people are doing. And I hardly ever get an email promoting outings. I hardly ever see an email promoting weddings. Maybe once, twice a year. And in a strategic email marketing plan, these wedding emails should be going out in at least once a month or once every other month. You should have at least 6 wedding emails in there, at least 6 outing emails in there, and at least a few membership emails in there. And it should be planned out throughout the year, because while there may be a wedding season, you never know when somebody's actually going to get married. So let's take a look at a couple of outbound wedding emails. I really like this one. This one goes out at the very beginning of the year, and trying to get people to book early, trying to get people to know that the best dates go quickly. So you see here we've got a graphic of a stopwatch. This is going to create a little urgency to book that summer wedding or book that fall wedding early in the year, and really solid one. Here's another one, different type of approach. We have a 32-page wedding guide called How to Plan the Ultimate Wedding. And this is another great lead generator. We have clubs where we get anywhere from 20 to 80 leads a month using this wedding guide. So sending this out, and you see here, do you know anybody who's getting married? If you do, pass this along. So again, great lead generation email. Here's a pretty email. Here's one we did for Pine Needles, a very pretty, very nice looking email. But there is a drawback to emails like this. This email is basically a picture. It's not using HTML, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. Let's go ahead and look at an email for Seven Oaks. And you see here it's more of a text-based email. Nice header, quite a bit of text. Once again, we're offering the free download to the perfect wedding guide. Now, the difference between those two emails is the Pine Needles one looks much prettier, but the Pine Needles one is just a single JPEG. And what happens is very often if people have their email settings so that pictures don't download, that email may never come up. So while it's attractive and while it's pretty, the second email that's more text-based, that's HTML, is probably a much more effective email because it's not going to get stopped. And even if people don't download the image, they're still going to be able to read the message and see what's going on with the offer. Whereas on the other one, and you see a lot of high-end resorts using these JPEG, these just image type emails, they look good, but very often they're less effective than something that's just plain HTML because they simply don't get delivered as often. And to continue the exact same thought, if you're selling outings, if you're selling corporate events, if you're selling society days, selling group packages, you've got to be reminding your database on a consistent basis that these services are available, keeping that top of the mind awareness that you're the best choice for their next outing or their next society. Let's take a look at a couple of those. This one, again, is a little bit like the wedding one. Time is running out on this year's best golf outing dates. Again, custom graphic shows the value, the importance of time, shows them that if they want to get the best dates, they should be calling now because the best dates go fast, creating a little bit of urgency from the email rather than just saying, yeah, here we are, come anytime. Here's another one on the same concept as the wedding planner is we have an outing planner. And you can download the free outing planner, and the free outing planner tells them how to plan the perfect outing. This is important because 56% of people who book golf outings don't play golf. So again, very effective strategy in generating outing leads. Here's one for one of our clients up in Wisconsin, just reminding them that if they've got a group of 12 people or more, we've got packages and we've got banquet space and we've got a whole tournament service that we offer. Here's a more aggressive one with Daisy here, our outing sheriff, and this is a very value-based offer for bringing a large group or bringing a tournament. And again, we've had a lot of success with this type of email, providing a lot of extra value rather than discounting the price of the green fee. We simply add a lot of value so that your email offer looks better than the club down the street. Here's one from Champions Club where he's pulled in some kind of picture of Batman and Robin, and of course the text does follow on to that. So it creates, again, a lot more interest than just a boring old email saying, hey, we do tournaments. Another thing you may want to promote with your emails is dining. You may want to promote just individual dining nights. If you have a fish fry, or if you have a prime rib night, or if you have some specialty nights, obviously you're going to want to promote those with email. And above and beyond everything, the individual stuff that I've shown you, you're probably going to want to put out an electronic newsletter once a month where you put everything on there. So you put your dining on there, your weddings, your outings, your banquets, your membership offers, whatever tournaments are coming up, whatever schedule. And so most of our clients do a monthly newsletter that kind of sums up everything that's going on in the month that's coming up. And then you do the individual newsletters to really boost the attendance. Let's take a look at some of those examples. Here's a simple example for a Friday fish fry. And just a timely reminder that you are doing food tonight can be all that it takes. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times there's a little wine shop down in Crystal River that's we go to reasonably frequently, but probably 50% or more of the time we go there is they send us a text email. I mean, the email's text only. And it says, tonight is Big Red wine tasting. It's $25. And I would have to say that probably 6 or 7 times out of 10, if that email comes in on a Friday morning sometime, and my wife sees it or I see it, one of us will say, yeah, let's go down the wine shop tonight. And it's not that we don't go there anyway, but we don't go there all that regularly. I would say they have about a 60 to 70% chance of me getting down there if I open their email. And I think that's very true of a lot of people. It's just if you hit them at the right time and say, hey, don't forget, don't cook tonight, come into the fish fry. You will be surprised how many people can show up with just those last minute emails, just putting it right in front of them a few hours before they're deciding what to do tonight. Here we've got a monthly email. This one's for Treetops. Talks about all kinds of things. Their spa, their skiing, their golf groups, and big, long email with a lot of content, but easy to read, easy to scroll, and find out what you want. Here's a very nice, clean, modern-looking newsletter that we put out at Espiche. That's one of our partners in Portugal. And just very clean, very easy to find what's going on at Espiche. Now, here's one of the questions I get the most. Is like, Andrew, how long can your email be? We think a lot of your emails are too long, or we think there's too much content. And there's an eternal debate about this, about how much people will actually read and how much they won't read. And I think where the offer or the special demands brevity, you can be as brief as you can. But where it demands more explanation, where it demands 10 reasons why you should have a golf outing, or 10 reasons why you should have a wedding at your location, you should never sell yourself short. Allow the reader to decide how much or how little they are willing to read. And I give you two perfect examples. Several years ago when I think it was probably my third boot camp, I sent out an 11-page email promoting boot camp, and I had 93 people in the room, all of whom paid roughly $1,500 to be there. So a pretty good weekend. So I asked in the seminar, how many people here would read an 11-page email? How many people do you think put their hands up? That would be none. Nobody put their hands up. They said, Andrew, you've got to be crazy. You've got to be nuts. Who would read an 11-page email? Nobody's going to read an 11-page email. The only problem was, the only way I promoted that seminar was by sending out an 11-page email. That's the only way I promoted it. I didn't run ads. I didn't do TV. I didn't do radio. I didn't do telemarketing. I simply sent out an 11-page email several times. And I asked the room, well, okay, so everybody believes nobody will read an 11-page email. Okay, everybody in the room believes that. How many of you read my email? How many of you spent $1,500 to come to this seminar, plus another $600 for an airline ticket, plus another $300 for a hotel room, plus another $300 for a rental car, without actually reading the email? And people started thinking, they go, well, we read that. I'm like, well, why did you read that? You just said you wouldn't read an 11-page email. Well, you said you'd increase our business by $50,000 or $100,000. You said we could get our money back. You said if we weren't happy, you'd pay us $100 for wasting our time. You told us you'd improve our email marketing, our Facebook marketing. And all of a sudden, the whole room starts talking and buzzing. And everybody in that room believed they would never read an 11-page email. But everybody did. And so you've got to be very, very careful when you're listening to people about what they would and wouldn't do, because very often they really don't know what they're talking about, even if it's the people you're talking to. Another example recently, I told you earlier on, I sent out an email that said, I hate Andrew Wood, and it was about an abusive email I'd got from somebody asking me 10 questions, which I answered in detail and sent back to the fellow. And it was 5 pages in Microsoft Word. And I took that 5-page email and I sent it out. And it got a huge open rate. And one guy posted on Facebook, he says, the funniest thing of all about this email, Andrew, is that you just sent me a 5-page email. I read every word of it, and I bet everybody else did too. So what you have to realize is there's no such thing as an email per se that's too long. There's only emails that are too boring. Now, I'm not saying make your emails 11-page long or even 5-page long. Where you can be short and to the point and clearly provide reasons why people should act, be as brief as you can be. But in things that demand more of an explanation, if you're trying to get somebody to hold a golf outing or you're trying to get somebody to buy a membership, that's not something that's sold in one paragraph. You've got to tell them multiple reasons why they should join. The networking, the social aspects, the tournaments, the camaraderie, the business aspects. Same with an outing. You've got to sell them. So my key point is just simply this. Don't sell yourself short. By all means, be as brief as you can, but never be so brief where you don't make a proper sales pitch. Allow your reader to decide whether or not your content is interesting enough or they want to know the details enough. Let them decide what they will read. Don't give them too little information. This is especially true on the bigger ticket items, like outings, weddings, banquets, and holidays. Let's take a look at a couple of long copy emails here. Now, this one here is one of me. It's one of the ones I put out. I do a weekly newsletter. I'm sure most of you get it. My weekly newsletters can be anywhere from a page to probably 5 pages. And the open rates are very consistent. The readability rates are very consistent. Like I said, it's just got to be interesting. Here's one for Pam's Golf. Top 10.5 reasons why you should book your golf outing with Pam's Golf. Got a pretty interesting picture, and we've got 10 reasons. This is a 2-page email, not a 1-page email. It's 2 full pages in Microsoft Word. So you can see there, again, if it's interesting, if it's broken up, if it's easy to read, and it's pertinent to them, they will read it. Now let's go in completely the opposite direction. Let's say that 50% of the world are readers, that they would prefer to read than watch video. For example, when I go to CNN, I will click the read every time rather than the video. I don't want to wait for the video to load. I want to scan it, I will always click read rather than video, but obviously half the planet doesn't feel that way. They would rather do video. And certainly there's been a huge increase in video emails. And I think video email marketing is very important and absolutely should be part of your mix. We've got some great videos we've sent out as emails that have done very, very well. Videos go viral very quickly. And you've got two options. You can embed a video right in the email, or you can just put a link to the video so that they go and watch it, but definitely should be part of your email marketing because it does hit that other 50% that perhaps don't want to read a longer copy promotion, but will gladly watch a 2-minute video. Let's take a look. This one here is a classic from Granite Springs. They did an awesome job on this out-of-the-box membership video, and I'll include the link in the PDF, so if you download the slideshow, you can actually click on the link and watch this video. It's well worth watching. Really great video and had a great response. I think the first day they got almost 1,000 views on YouTube. Here's one from me. Very simple. It's a very simple outbound email promoting my golf marketing bootcamp. Just click on the link and you get a 2, 3, in fact, I think it's a 5-minute pitch for golf marketing bootcamp. Here's one using a video with an offer and with some extra entertaining content from Champions Retreat. And Flint does a great job of coming up with his own out-of-the-box ideas and really pushing things over there at Champions Retreat. So another good idea, the way he's used somebody else's video to actually end up promoting his own golf course. Hi, that's it for part 2. We've got a lot more to tell you about email marketing, so come back and join us for part 3.